I'm looking bold. I'm looking bold. I am bold. All right, guys. Let's see. We're selling books today. Isn't that interesting? Are you happy to be here with me? Probably not, but I'm who you're getting. I'm exactly who you're getting. All right. Are you ready? Let's turn on my Llama Tama. Are people excited to buy books today? Are they going to buy some of my books? Oh, you lying to me? You better be. I love them. They're like my babies. But I threaten them if they don't tell me what I want to hear. I mean, I can write books. I have a lot of manuscripts that I've written. They've just never seen the light of day. Let's just not talk about it. Let's not talk about it, guys. I have a lot of books that I've written, but it's a little let's not talk about it. Oh, really? You're so sweet. No. I will tell you, I'm definitely the type of writer that, like, if I get an idea in my head, I go to write it in my laptop. I have a couple chapters, and then I'll come back to it another day. And it becomes a process where I end up rereading what I wrote, and then I edit that, and then I no longer feel like adding more to it, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Yeah. Um, and I have like multiple drafts of that, of like different stories. Like I have one. Oh, you're so sweet. I have this story. It's actually with a friend that I came up with. I have this story where it's like a witch and a knight, and it's like an enemies to lovers type of thing, but they were like childhood friends. Unfortunately, one day, the plot twist kind of, I'm gonna spoil it for you because I'm probably never gonna publish it. But the plot twist is that she's actually the bastard child of the king, right? And that's why she was cursed. That's why she was cursed, and that's why she's a witch. And the knight ends up rebelling against the king, joining forces with her so that they can put her on the throne. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, it's so good. It's such a good story for me. I really like it. I'm probably never gonna publish it, but that's one of them. Another one is like during medieval times. It deals with like, like the nobility, like the counts and the viscounts and the dukes and stuff like that. And so it deals with like the butler of a count and the crown prince of the kingdom, where they join forces in order to like discover the leading person for the corruption that's been going on with like all the drugs and the human trafficking, which they end up finding out. I'm going to spoil it again, is actually the stepmother for the crown prince who's been leading everything. And she's the reason why the crown prince's mother died. So it becomes the whole thing. It becomes the whole thing. Yeah, but the butler and the crown prince get together. But I'm just telling you, you need to publish ASAP. No, no, they're just like ideas that I like to make. We'll see. We'll see. What is it? Sometimes I like to rewrite the stories that we're already watching. Sometimes I like to rewrite them because it's so interesting. Guys, welcome in. Oh my gosh, look at you go, guys. Get in there. Get in there. Are you happy to see me? Guys, we have some books for you today. I know you've been seeing some bookish items, but now we're here for books, right? You want the books. That's what you're here for. That's what we want, right? That's what we're looking for. Well, too bad, because that's what I'm going to give you today. All right. That's what I'm going to give you. Guys, you want to start off? Are you ready? You want to see the first book I got for you? The Cruel Prince. It's a classic, guys. Dirty little bugs. No, we have the Cruel Prince. I'm sure all of you guys know what the Cruel Prince is. Like, come on, you guys are my girls. You guys are readers. This is the Cruel Prince. All right, the Cruel Prince. All right, you guys know how this goes. We got a nice little dark fantasy right here. We love to see it. You know, male and a woman. We love that. We love that. All right. And if you guys see, look, as you can see, it's basically brand new, untouched, because I've never read it. It's basically brand new, untouched because I never read it. You're gonna see a little bit of residue here because I took off like the sticker from it because I got it from Target. I'll be honest with you. So I took off the sticker, so you're gonna see a little residue here. Yeah, I never read it, guys. Don't hold it against me. A lot of these books that I'm gonna be selling to you is because I've never read them, so they're basically untouched outside of when I plucked them up from the store. But I think yeah, I think we're just gonna do like 10 seconds, sudden death. So you got The Cruel Prince. If you've never read it before, now is your time to get it for such a fucking steal because that's just how it is. Let's read the synopsis together. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her two sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous high court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Carden, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. That sounds kind of good. That sounds kind of good. Actually, I can see why I picked it up. Never read it. You're going to love it. Wait, let me write that down for you. All right, we got Mr. right here. All right, so book one, Cruel. All right, bet. There you go. That's all I need to know. Right? Oh, it's a 6-book series. Right? It sounds like a banger. Okay, what's next? Oh. Oh, we can do this one. Immortal Longings. Immortal Longings. It's an adult fantasy book right here. Adult fantasy. You want to read the description together? Let's do it. Right? Isn't it pretty? Immortal Longings. Let's read a description together, right? Let's read it. Every year, thousands in the Kingdom of Talon will flock to its capital twin cities, San Air, where the palace hosts a set of games. For those confident enough in their ability to jump between bodies, there is a fight to the death across San Air for a chance to win unimaginable riches. Princess Kala Tuolimi lurks in hiding. 5 years ago, a massacre left her parents dead and the Palace of Air empty, and she was the one who did it. She did it? Before her uncle, King Kasa, and his forces in San can catch her, she plans to finish the job and bring down the monarchy. The king always greets the victor of the games, so if she wins, she gets her opportunity to kill him at last. Enter Anton Makusa, an exiled aristocrat. His childhood love has lain in a coma since they were both ousted from the palace, and he's deep in debt trying to keep her alive. Thankfully, he's one of the best jumpers in the kingdom, flitting from body to body at will. His last chance at saving her is entering the games and winning. Kala finds both an unexpected alliance with Anton and help from King Kosa's adopted son, August Shenzi, who wants to mend Talon's ills, but the three of them have very different goals. Even as Kala and Anton's partnership spirals into something all consuming. Before the games close, Kala must decide what she's playing for, her lover or her kingdom. Wait! Why is that kind of good? Wait, now she has to choose. All right, we're just gonna run it. That's kind of good though. We got our girl out here who has to decide, does she want to continue with her revenge or does she want to stay with her lover? Oh shit. Girl, that's a good book. I love that. You got that, babe. That's a good book. Oh my god, I actually kind of fucking love that. So good. Crafty Nights. Congratulations on that, babe. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, here we go. This is a book that I also grabbed, never fucking read for some reason. The Foul Lady Fortune. The Foul Lady Fortune. Ooh. Right, he would join her, right? The Foul Lady Fortune. All right, let's see. What is this about? The Foul Lady Fortune. Let's see. It's 1931 in Shanghai, and the stage is set for a new decade of intrigue. 4 years ago, Rosalind Lang was brought back from the brink of death, but the strange experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging, and allows her to heal from any wound. In short, Rosalind cannot die. Now, desperate for redemption from her traitorous past, she uses her abilities as an assassin for her country. Codename Fortune. But when the Imperial Japanese Army begins its invasion march, Rosalind's mission pivots. A series of murders is causing unrest in Shanghai, and the Japanese are under suspicion. Rosalind's new orders are to infiltrate foreign society and identify the culprits behind the terror plot before more of her people are killed. To reduce suspicion, however, she must pose as the wife of another nationalist spy, Orion Hong, and though Rosalind finds Orion's cavalier attitude and playboy demeanor infuriating, she is willing to work with him for the greater good. But Orion has an agenda of his own, and Rosalind has secrets that she wants to keep buried. As they both attempt to unravel the conspiracy, the two spies soon find that there are deeper and more horrifying layers to this mystery than they ever imagined. Oh, we got a we got a bad girl and a bad boy. Oh, what do you mean? And enemies to lovers? Guys, we love that. We love a good enemies to lovers, all right? You know you do. We got a badass woman and a badass man put together. Close proximity. Oh, we love some of that. Oh, nobody wants it. Well, I'll read it later. I'll read it later, guys. That's on me. That's a book for me. That's a book for me. Oh, really? Oh, look at you go. Okay, let me see. Let's do this one. Oh, this one I remember why I got it because the main girl, the female lead for this one, she's a bigger girl. She like me. She a big girl, and you don't really see stories with big girls like that as as the main lead. So she's a big girl. It's like a little meet cute, all right? It's like a cute little story. Let me see, let me see. Let me see. B. Hobbs has a successful career as a plus-size adult film star. Girl, she's a big girl porn star. I now I know why I picked it up. Ah, that's why we picked it up. It's a spicy with a huge following and two supportive moms. She got two mommies? She couldn't ask for more, but when her favorite producer casts her to star in a Christmas movie he's making for the Squeaky Clean Hope channel, Bee's career is about to take a more family friendly direction. Forced to keep her work as Bianca under wraps, Bee quickly learns this is a task a lot easier said than done. Though it all becomes worthwhile when she discovers her co star is none other than her childhood crush, Nolan Shaw, an ex boy band member in desperate need of a career rehab. Oh! Nolan's promised his bulldog manager to keep it zipped up on set, and he will if it means he'll be able to provide a more stable living situation for his sister and mom. But things heat up quickly in Christmas Notch, Vermont, when Nolan recognizes his new co star from her closed doors account. Not the OnlyFans! Not the OnlyFans! Oh, yeah, he's a member. Yes! Now he's subscribed! He's subscribed! Now B and Nolan are sneaking off for quickies on set and keeping their new relationship a secret from the Hope Channel's execs. Things only get trickier when the reporter who torpedoed Nolan's singing career comes snooping around and takes an instant interest in mysterious newcomer B. And if B and Nolan's can't keep their off camera romance behind the scenes, then this merry little meet cute might end up being on the cutting room floor. Oh, the audio was spicy, guys. Right there. You got a plus size porn star and a cute guy who subscribed to her channel. He subscribed to her OnlyFans. Come on now, you want some of this. You want some spicy. Oh, wow. The fact that y'all don't. I'm going to do it again one more time. I'm going to give y'all one last chance because that's some spice. That is definitely spice with a romance subplot. All right. A subplot of romance, count me in. I just want sex. And the girl's a big girl? Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna read that because I'm definitely gonna read this later. I'm gonna read that later, guys. That's definitely for me. Yes, it is. All right, let me see what else we got over here. Let me see. All right, guys, we got. Dark Angel. Girl, I got you. I know, right? I'm surprised. At this point, do you want me to read the books to you? Do you just want to sit here and read together? Should we read the first chapter of that one? Should we read the first chapter together? Should we save your money? Should we read it? Wait. Wait, let me entice you with this one, guys. We got John Sanford, Dark Angel. Now, this is more of like a detective book. All right, this is a detective book, right? This is a detective book. This is definitely one of those like mysteries. You're gonna pay me to narrate. This is one of like those mystery books where they have to solve a case. This one, I think this is. I don't know if this is a sequel or whatever. She has to infiltrate a hacker group. You heard me. She has to infiltrate a hacker group, bro. And then the twist is, turns out somebody that she's actually working with might be the culprit behind everything. Oh shit. We love a good mystery slash betrayal. We love a mystery slash betrayal, guys. I'm just saying. All right, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna let it run. It's always someone you know. All right. I have to read like at least one chapter of this before we go. I have to come hither, children, gather around the campfire. We will be reading A Merry Little Meet Cute. Let's go. We're gonna read it together. Oh, guys, we got a little map of the town. We got a map of the town. You see that? You see the map of the town? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, there you go. You get an audiobook. All right, ready? A Merry Little Meet Cute. Prologue. Teddy Ray Fletcher. A tusk? He repeated, just to make sure he'd heard right. A wooden tusk, the voice clarified. Teddy heard the whoosh of traffic and the sound of a car door closing. Why was it that managers and agents were always going places when they called? Did they save all their phone calls for their commutes? Three broken arms, two broken legs, and five concussions between the four of them. Steph Diarezzo finished over the hum of an accelerating car. Teddy looked down at his desk, an acrylic thing his ex wife had gotten him from IKEA before the divorce. A very stressful production schedule looked back up at him. He looked away from it, trying to focus on the picture of his two kids grinning from within his arms, their tiny hands clutching the tiny pumpkins he'd bought for them at the pumpkin patch that day. They used to be so little and so inexpensive. Okay, so you're telling me that my entire costume and hair team went into the desert and stood under a wooden tusk, which then collapsed on top of them. And now they can't work on the movie, which starts tomorrow. Costume team, hair team, and your gaffer, Teddy. And there's no need to sound so judgmental about the wooden tusk. It was on a giant wooden walrus sculpture, after all. Don't you know anything about festivals? Haven't you been to Burning Man? Teddy squinted at the far wall in his tiny office, trying to imagine the fast talking, suit wearing, phone addicted Steph Diarezzo doing drugs in the desert. Have you been to Burning Man? We were all in our 20s once. No, don't take the five right now. Are you even looking at your GPS? Teddy assumed she was talking to an Uber driver and ignored the last comment. So they were at Burning Man? No, this was better than Burning Man, she said. It was Unfestival in Terralingua. Unfestival? I've never heard of that. Of course you haven't, Steph said dismissively. It's exclusive. Ah, he said. Invite only. No, Teddy, it's uninvite only. Okay, uninvite only to Unfestival, where a wooden walrus fell on my crew. Just the tusk, she clarified. Will it stop digging at me if I put on my seatbelt? Oh, good. And the walrus was part of the Alice in Wonderland theme, Teddy. It wasn't just a random wooden walrus out on the mesa. She scoffed at it if that would be bananas. And how do you know all this before I do? He asked. Ah, well, about that, Steph said. And it was in that brisk, I have some bad news voice that all managers seem to have. Teddy's butthole clenched. I heard because it became bundled with another thing. I got a call from Winnie's agent, and she's going to call you later tonight when she knows more. But she wanted to put me and your male lead in the know in case the story broke over social media before then. Winnie's in the hospital right now. Shit. Winnie Baker was a wholesome child star turned wholesome made for TV movie actress, and she was going to be one of the leads in his first ever Christmas movie production. More importantly, she was the star his director had specifically chosen to work with to make her directorial debut. And Teddy had to keep his director happy because she made the Hope Channel happy. And getting Duke the Halls distributed by Hope and their new streaming platform, Hopeflix, was the only thing that could turn Teddy's desperate Christmas movie gamble into real money. God knew his day job making cheap pornography wasn't paying for his son's art school tuition or his daughter's startup making carbon neutral sex toys. And Christmas movies couldn't be that hard to make, right? They were almost like porn. The scripts were on the flimsy side, and the production times were shorter than a community college wintermeister. But now the wooden tusk. Now no Winnie Baker. And Teddy wasn't a total asshole. So the first question he asked was, "Is Winnie okay?" "She'll be fine," Steph said, in a voice that clearly conveyed how much she cared. The word is that it was an ayahuasca ceremony gone wrong, also at Unfestival. Do you know how easy it is to get dehydrated on the mesa? Even before you start shitting yourself? Anyways, she's in the hospital now and hooked up to all sorts of IVs. Her agent thinks another few days and then a discharge with strict instructions to rest. So no movie for her, Teddy said numbly. No movie for her. By the way, if anyone asks, she's being treated for exhaustion, not for puking in a tent full of vegans and DJs. Right. No one would want sweet Winnie Baker's reputation tarnished, and Teddy definitely didn't want the movie tarnished by association. No, he needed his new production company to appear 5,000% above board so that no one would dig too hard and find out that Teddy Ray Fletcher was the same man who owned Uncle Ray Ray's, a porn studio specializing in, well, less stuff than it used to, now that his daughter was in her 20s and spent every family meal lecturing him about creating ethical mission statements. Last Thanksgiving, she and his son made him identify Uncle Ray Ray's core values. Core values. So if I were you, Steph went on, I'd round up your director and get that shit recast ASAP. Sweet baby Jesus, did you see that? And on a unicycle? Only in Silver Lake, am I right? Assuming that Steph was talking to her Uber driver again, Teddy wisely chose not to answer, already stuffing everything on his desk related to Duke the Halls into his briefcase. Another present from his ex wife. He was going to fix this. He was going to juggle Fletcher Productions and Uncle Ray Ray's so smoothly that no one from the Christmas movie would ever know about his career making porn. He had not figured out how to make separate IMDb accounts and how to furtively use his great Aunt Phyllis's address for a new LLC for nothing. I can fix this, he told himself as he forced the briefcase closed and bolted for the door. I can still make this work. After all, how hard could it be to keep his two worlds separate? 3 hours later, Teddy was sitting across from his director in an airport Chili's, two glowing with chili pepper, string lights, and mini Christmas trees at every table. He was trying to pull folders out of his briefcase while also choking down a molten hot mozzarella stick. Are you okay? She asked. You're flushed. Teddy fumbled some folders on the table and then dabbed at his forehead with his napkin, hoping he wasn't sweating too much. His pale complexion showed every degree of flush and every stipple of sweat. It made him feel self conscious. This is stressful stuff, but nothing we can't handle, he said, trying to sound smooth and in control. He dealt with any number of porn catastrophes in his day, but unfortunately, the stakes were a bit higher here than having to recast a performer with hemorrhoids. Obviously, it's less than ideal having to make this decision in the airport right before your plane leaves for Vermont, but ayahuasca is unpredictable. Words to live by, the director sighed. She was already putting his folders across the table over to her side. Even as she sat in a booth made of vinyl and old crumbs, there was no hiding that indefinable celebrity aura she gave off. Gretchen Young had high cheekbones, flashing eyes, and warm medium brown skin. All of it finished off by a long waist length twists, a nose piercing, and casual overalls that had probably cost as much as his watch. And how hard do you think it will be to get someone else to Vermont in time? She asked, spreading the headshots across the table. There were a few other women whom I liked at the audition, but with the shoot happening over the holidays and the short notice, we'll make it work, Teddy said with a confidence he absolutely did not have. For one thing, the turnarounds on these Christmas movies were tight. 2 weeks, three at the most. And with the actual filming set to begin in 2 days, he'd have to get their new actress out to Vermont by tomorrow, or the day after at the latest. While Duke the Halls wasn't exactly written in iambic pentameter, he assumed Winnie's replacement would want a day or so to read over the script and familiarize herself with the story. And for another worse thing, the little Vermont town where Gretchen wanted to shoot the movie, Christmas Notch, had only one opening in its little Vermont schedule during the actual literal Christmas season. And while they wouldn't be shooting on the 25th, they'd be right back to work on the 26th, meaning that whoever took Winnie's role would have to be okay with potentially missing Christmas at home. Jesus. He needed another mozzarella stick. He shoved the breaded lava into his mouth and tried to remember that thing his son had told him about mindful breathing. Fuck, Gretchen breathed suddenly. Is she? We didn't see her at the audition, did we? Teddy said through his mouthful of food, racking his brain. I don't think I've ever seen a headshot with nipples before, Gretchen added thoughtfully. The horror slid through him in slow motion, as hot and gooey as the burning mozzarella lodged in his throat. He lowered his eyes to the table and saw what Gretchen was looking at. A picture that had most definitely not come from the Duke of Hall's folder. He mentally rewound to 3 hours ago when he had been shoving any and all folder like objects into his briefcase, flustered and hurrying like hell so he could catch Gretchen before her flight. And now here he was, looking at a still from Uncle Ray Ray's latest porn shoot and not a headshot for Duke the Halls. Guys, should we keep going? Guys, if you want the book, let me know. I think we're going to run it again. Let's keep going. And now here he was, looking at a still from Uncle Ray Ray's latest porn shoot, and not a headshot for Duke the Halls. Gretchen traced a long finger over the woman's face. She definitely wasn't at the audition. I'd remember her. Who is she? Mystic! Oh, look at you go. All right, we're going to put it away. Or should we continue? Should we continue? Should I finish the prologue? Should I finish the prologue? Mystic, congratulations. Let me write that down, actually. Guys, I think she's like, fucking finish it. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta write it down on my little fucking cardboard. All right. Gretchen traced a long finger over the woman's face. She definitely wasn't at the audition. I'd remember her. Who is she? Teddy tried to put his hand over the rest of the folder. If she kept going through these pictures, she was going to see more than just nipples. And sound completely and totally nonchalant. Like, this was no big deal. Like, Gretchen didn't have her finger on a picture of one of the hottest alt porn stars of their time. She's very talented, Teddy said, the nonchalance difficult to muster as he coughed down some stubborn mozzarella. But she normally does edgier stuff, you know? He cast around for the right non porn word. Provocative. Artistic risks and stuff. Not really hope flicks fare. She's exactly what I want, Gretchen said, still looking at the photo. She's perfect for the part of Felicity. Um, I want her, Gretchen repeated, looking up at Teddy. I want her in my movie. What's her name? He almost said her stage name and then caught himself at the last moment. B. Hobbs, but you haven't even seen her act yet, he protested weakly. Do you think she has a reel up on her website? Gretchen asked. I'll Google her. Teddy had a sudden queasy vision of her Googling B. Hobbs and somehow landing upon Bianca Von Honey and Uncle Ray Ray's. No need to Google, he said quickly. I've worked with her before and she's brilliant, but maybe we should have some other backup options in case she can't. No, it needs to be her, Gretchen said, shaking her head, looking down at the picture again. I want a degree of edginess. I want there to be something dangerous in the way the actors play Pearl's script. Pearl Perkins was the screenwriter for Duke the Halls and Gretchen Young's girlfriend, and was in Christmas launch now, preparing for a movie that didn't currently have a female lead. We could find another edgy person, Teddy attempted valiantly, if we just take a quick look at the other folder. I hope, Gretchen said coolly, that you're not balking because she's plus size. What? No! Teddy worked with Bee all the time. She was gorgeous and filthy and great for business. But she couldn't be in a chaste as hell Christmas movie for the flipping Hope Channel. What if she was recognized? What if Teddy Ray Fletcher was revealed to be a purveyor of porn? And then poof went this fledgling Hopeflix partnership, and his son, the artist, had to be a barista 2 years too early. I just think that we should maybe pick some alternates in case she's busy, Ted finally said. If we don't get her, then I don't even know, Gretchen said, closing her eyes in a way that sent alarm bells ringing through him. Alarm bells that shrieked, "Keep Gretchen happy so you can keep Hope Flicks interested." I already lost Winnie. Another disappointment so soon. The alarm bells got louder. Would it really be so bad? Teddy asked himself desperately. Would it really be so dangerous to have Bee in the movie? She'd been begging him to cast her in something ever since he dreamed up this Christmas studio scheme last year, and she would have just as much to lose if her porn career came back to haunt her. And besides, how much did Hopeflix's audience really overlap with the feminist porn watchers? What tattooed fair trade coffee drinkers with their body safe silicone toys were also tuning into sexless holiday schmaltz? It might be okay. It really might. And if it was okay, if this did work, then perhaps he just stumbled upon an easy solution for any future casting problems. It was already giving him ideas for how to fill the holes in his production team created by the rogue Wooden Tusk. I'll reach out to her tonight, Teddy promised. Why don't you, keep this folder here? He carefully pushed the real Duke the Hall's folder under her fingertips, in case she can't. I hope she can, said Gretchen. I get a really good energy from her picture. Very open, you know? Teddy stopped himself from making the obvious, very open joke, stress ate another mozzarella stick, and then gestured for the check. Finally, out in the airport parking lot, he set his briefcase in the passenger seat of his minivan, did some mindful breathing that didn't help, and dialed B as he stared at a stray cat licking its paws on top of a Tesla. Hello? Answered B. I hope you're sitting down right now, Teddy said. I know I am, he thought grimly. And that is the end of the prologue. I hope you guys were into that. Mystic, I hope you enjoy that fucking book when it gets to you. Guys, up next, we're going to TLC Fly Girl. Thank you guys so much for joining in with me. You guys were amazing. Oh, reach out. What am I reading? What am I reading? What? Oh, we will share this. What is happening? I want you to read to me every night before bed. Yes, we got a lot of books left, but we gotta go. TLC, we gotta go. If you guys really did like that, I'll probably go live more often just to fucking read books. I mean, I have a couple here that I could read, or I actually have more books downstairs that I could read that are interesting. But I love you guys. Let's go. You know the drill. Stay on the train, support our creators, and let's get it going. Maybe I'll go live again. Love ya.